The situation in Venezuela is evolving in somewhat surprising ways. The dictator Maduro and his wife are in federal prison in Brooklyn. The vice president has taken over as president, and the rest of the dictatorship is in place. Some 900 political prisoners in the country have started to be released, but as we speak, we've only seen the release of 70% of them. 93% are still in jail. And the ones that have been released have not been released to freedom. They have been released with enormous restrictions on their freedom to speak, on their freedom to move, and on their freedom to act. The vast majority of Venezuelans are happy that dictator Maduro and his wife are no longer there. But Venezuelans are not where they want to be. People are being stopped in the streets to check their cell phones, to see what their political behavior has been, and if it has been against the Chavista regime, they're harassed and taken away. President Trump has been very focused on getting oil production up and has met with the largest oil companies in the world from the West to convince them to go out and invest in the country. Some of them have said that the country is not investable. And it is not investable because under current rules, oil production has to happen under the control of the national oil company Petróleos de Venezuela, or PDVSA, or through joint ventures where PDVSA has to have 51% of the shares. If the Venezuelan economy is going to recover, a binding constraint that's going to hit very, very early in that recovery process is the absence of human capital. 8 million people have left the country, and especially the most talented ones. Venezuelans need to feel that they can't go back. And under the current dictatorship, with the current abuse of power, with the absence of any sense of justice and freedom, they are not going to go back. That is why I have said, and I insist, that if we want to see oil production in Venezuela recover, if we want to see the economy recover, we have to get as quickly as possible back to some sense of freedom and democracy, a situation in which the Venezuelan will of the people can be expressed in its governance structures. This cannot be just an association between U.S. interests and the dictatorship that has destroyed the country over the last 25 years. It is important that the transition to democracy be put in an accelerated path. Otherwise, the recovery of Venezuelan oil production and the Venezuelan economy will lag behind.